Guys, today I'm going to be telling y'all basically how I started my business, specifically how I started my wig business. Someone asked about like information and stuff, and I decided like I was just going to tell you guys exactly what I did. I'm specifically saying like how I started my business because the way that I started my business might not work for someone else. It really just depends on how much time you have, like your budget and stuff like that. So I did actually start my business when I was 17. I'm 18 now, so yeah, I started it when I first turned 17. Because I turned 17 in May, not this May, but in May, and then I started my business in July. So I'm now 18 and I've already made, wait, first of all, I just want to say like I'm not trying to like brag or anything. I'm just trying to tell y'all like you can do it. So I already made like $10,000 in sales my first year, and I'm just gonna tell y'all like how I did everything. So maybe, you know, if you want to start a business, it doesn't even have to be like a wig business, but you can still know how to do it yourself. So the first thing is, how much money did I start with? I did start my business off with $600. So I was basically working at fast food, and I saved up my money. I saved up $600, and then I was already thinking about starting a wig business for a while, but like I actually decided to like try it out. So the $600, like I didn't. One thing I would say is like when you start off, make sure that whatever you want to sell, like make sure you're using your money for that, because like when I started off, I think I bought like lashes. I just was buying like a lot of stuff that I didn't really need. The stuff that I did need was like hair. Like I don't even think I started off with any hair. I like my first wig was old bundles that I already had, and of course I didn't sell it. It was just like the practice. But if I could start over again now and I had $600, I would specifically just use that $600 to buy hair for one wig, and then I would buy a ring light. I would buy trying to think like what else do you need. I would buy a mannequin head. They're definitely going to need that. And I would probably buy like the supplies. So that's how I would use it now. But yeah, when I started off, I didn't buy that. I bought like lashes. I did buy a wig head. I bought like shipping label paper, but I mainly just got lashes. And that was a big mistake, because like if I'm a wig business, why am I buying lashes? Like, you know. And that goes into the second thing. Like when you're starting a business, focus on that one thing, because one thing I did notice about myself was I was like kind of all over the place. So like I was mainly selling lashes, like I said, when I was supposed to be a wig business. And I don't know, like I just feel like that's really weird, especially just starting off, because like nobody really knows what you sell yet. Nobody really knows your brand. So if you're selling lashes, but then like you calling yourself a wig company, like that's weird. So, but I didn't really know, because I was just starting off myself. Like nobody was really telling me anything, and I still was doing good, but it didn't really make much sense to be like advertising lashes when I'm trying to sell wigs. So how much do you actually need to start? Even though I started with $600, I feel like you need to have enough to buy at least 2 wigs. I mean, I don't really know how much that is. I could estimate like enough to buy 2 wigs and your supplies, because 2 wigs, you can start off with 2 wigs with like maybe $500. You could buy 2 wigs, but you still need to buy a light. You need to get your boxes, your packaging. So I probably would start off with at least $700, which is kind of close to $600 for a wig business. And that's another thing you need to know, like starting a wig business or a hair business in general is expensive. Like you can start like a lip gloss business or something with, I don't know, like $200, and it's, you know, you're fine. But with wigs, like especially if you're trying to sell quality hair, it's expensive. Like now for each wig I spend over $200 just for one wig. So that's definitely something to think about. Like it's kind of harder to start up just because it costs so much money, and then you have to think about like, am I willing to like sacrifice this money or take this risk with this money to have a successful business. Next thing is like, should you work a 9 to 5 while starting? So when I started my business, I did have another job. I feel like you should always have another job, because you still want to have money coming in. Like that's how you're gonna fund your business, unless like you have a nice family that's like, oh, I'll just give you $1,000 to start your business. You definitely should have a job, because the job can also help to fund your business, and you know, like you might have an emergency or something like that. So it's really important to me, at least, like you can just get like a little part-time job. Like I was working fast food. I still work a 9 to 5 right now, and I have a business. I worked at a fast food job and then I worked at like a convenience store. And then now I work at a pet store, but I actually like animals a lot. So I actually like that job. And like I said, like it's still helping me to fund my business. Like I'm having a restock on the 28th of this month, and I would not be able to afford it if I didn't have a job giving me money to pay for the business. And that's another thing. So when you start making your money, like you have to be smart with it. So a mistake that I made was like I made a lot of money my first year, but I spent it. And like basically you have to have self-control. When you make your money, like you need to understand like that money belongs to your business. Like, and you can make $1,000, but you need to put that $1,000 back into your business, because if you keep spending it, then you know your business is never going to grow. Basically, like you're going to end up with the same amount of inventory or whatever. It's okay to pay yourself a little bit, but like don't go crazy. Like with me, I don't think I really went crazy, but like I did buy stuff that I actually needed. So like I bought my first car, like I posted a video. I feel like that was definitely worth it. Like I wouldn't, that's something like I don't regret buying a car because I needed a car. What else? Then I used like my money to pay for college. I do regret that, but not gonna talk about that right now. So just like be smart with the money, because you don't want to have to keep like you don't want to have to keep basically starting at the same point. You want your business to grow. You want, like, when you sell your wigs, like, you need to use that extra money that you made to buy another wig and keep buying another wig, or like flipping your money basically. Packaging. As far as packaging, I just use like the regular USPS boxes. When you first start off, don't try to like get fancy packaging because you're just starting. The main thing that matters when you start your business is like, is your stuff looking good? Is it something that you would want to buy? Like if it wasn't your family member or your friend, like if you saw this on somebody's page, like would you want to buy this? Because some people sell stuff and like only their friends or family will buy it, and they'll be wondering like, why am I not getting any customers? And you're not getting customers because like your products don't look good. So you need to know like how to advertise. You can probably look at like some pages that sell the same stuff that you sell, and you know, like take notes, like look at how they take their pictures, or look at the lighting, like look at what's popular basically, and then try to like not copy, but like just use that as a reference, because like people are buying that and then compare it to your stuff and be like, you know, like see if it's a difference. So this is like tricky because with picking a vendor, like it just depends. Like, do you want to pay somebody to like pick a vendor for you? I know some people do that. I didn't do that because what's good to somebody else might not be good to you. Some places that you can test like a hair vendor are Alibaba. That's really all I know. I would not recommend getting a vendor from AliExpress. And I mean, that's just me. Like when I looked at AliExpress, that's like the lower quality hair. I would not shop there. Alibaba has like most of the main vendors in China or wherever you're gonna get hair from that actually have like decent hair. And then there are something called like hair grades. So there's like 8A grade hair, 9A, 10A. I think it goes up to like 12. You know, sometimes they be lying, but basically like the higher the grade, the better the quality hair. Basically, like with picking hair, you want to find somebody that has like a higher grade hair, and then after that you basically contact them. You send like an inquiry on Alibaba, then they'll like ask you for your WhatsApp number, so you'll have to like download an app called WhatsApp, and they will text you off of there, and that's when you just basically ask for pictures, and like you can also ask for a sample of the hair, and just keep doing that over and over. That can get expensive. So with that, you just want to be picky. Like when you look at the pictures, you need to ask yourself like, does this look like quality? Because some of them, like you can tell just from the pictures alone, like this isn't going to be good. Some important things to also look for is like, are the frontals and closures, do they come pre-plucked? Like, do they have HD lace? Do they have transparent lace? Ask them for pictures of their lace, because some people have like dark brown lace that's not gonna cut. And yeah, that's the most important thing. So it's really just doing your own research. I found my vendor through Alibaba, so that's why I'm recommending it to y'all. But you can always just, you know, pay somebody. I don't recommend paying somebody, because some people charge like $300 for a vendor, and you could have tested at least 5 different vendors with that $300. So I really don't recommend that. But if that's just how you want to go, you want something quick, then you could just pay someone to sell you their vendor. But then another thing with that, like, some people be lying and it don't even be their vendor. So it's really up to you. The next thing I'm going to talk about is like branding, and like really just professionalism. So as far as branding, I feel like before you even start your business, you need to have a logo, you need to have a name. Then you need to ask yourself, like, is this logo professional? And I know it's like kind of hard to be honest with yourself, so maybe ask like a family. Don't ask a family member, because one thing, like, your family might not tell you the truth. Like, they're going to say it looks good, especially like if they don't really know. Like, I wouldn't really ask a family member, but ask like a friend, or just ask someone you know you can trust to be honest with you. Like, if your logo looks professional, then like you can also think about other bigger brands. So think about like I don't know, like MAC Cosmetics, Ulta, I guess, I don't know, like other hair brands, and then like just compare and see, like, look at how like most of their logos and stuff are like pretty simple. They don't have like cartoons and stuff in their logo, like stuff like that, being honest, does not look professional. So you just have to think about that. Make your name professional. Like, don't try to include too much of your own name into it. The only time that really works out if it's a celebrity. So like Kylie Jenner, like, she does that with all of her stuff. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I don't think that's very professional to put your own name inside of your business. So in order to like have a successful business, you are gonna need to like market. So you're gonna need like to have social media. You can do like ads and stuff. I feel like social media is the best way, because most of my sales came from Instagram. There are also other platforms, so like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I feel like those are the biggest, and YouTube, of course. But I don't really get my sales from YouTube. Most of them, I mean, I get a lot of website visits from YouTube, but not actual sales. Most of my sales come from Instagram. So that's what I know the most about. On Instagram, you can run ads, but like I noticed when I was running my ads, they weren't getting me sales. So I don't really know. I can't really tell you like too much about how to run an ad. But as far as growing followings, before you get to like 1,000 followers, I would just like follow other wig makers. Most of them are gonna follow you back unless they have like a ridiculous amount of followers. Like if they have over 10K followers, they might not follow you back, because they like don't even know if your page is legit, because there are a lot of scammers in the wig business. So just try to like follow other wig makers, follow your friends right now, like follow people you know. That'll help you like gain followers quickly. And then like once you start building your followers up, like start posting content consistently, making sure your content is good. So like that means having good lighting. You have to ask yourself, like, if I was scrolling on Instagram, like, would I click on this? Like, would I want to watch this? Would I like this? Because some people post stuff and like the lighting is bad. Like, I don't know, like it's just not something that like I would look at, let alone even spend my money on. And yeah. So basically, just make sure you're posting consistently. Make sure that your content looks professional. I really don't feel like getting into all of that, because this video is already probably going to be long. But you just want to make sure that you're posting content that's like appealing to look at, and just actually showing off like what you sell. Also, there are reels on Instagram. Some of my reels will have like 10,000 views or something, because reels are popular, like a lot of people watch them. And that can help you to get exposure. That can help people to come to your website. That can help people to like check your page out. So I definitely would recommend that. And then just posting consistently and using hashtags. I can't really tell y'all like exactly what hashtags to use, but just try to use hashtags that are like related to your business. So like if you sell wigs, like tag like your city and wigs, tag like closure wigs, 5x5 closure wigs, etc., stuff like that. This is probably going to be one of the last topics. So as far as pricing, when I picked out my pricing at first, I started out with how much I wanted to make. So when I first started making wigs, I started off with like making like $85 a wig. I just wanted to say I don't make $85 a wig now, but when I started, I was making $85 a wig, because I just wanted to start, and I feel like it is good to start low, but don't like lowball yourself, because like wigs are a lot of work. Like you have to pluck the hairline, you gotta bleach the knots, you have to style it, like you're using your own products and stuff. Then you gotta like well, me personally, I pay for shipping for my customers, so like when they pay me the money for the wig, I give them free shipping because they already paid so much. So you just have to think about like how much money are you paying yourself. So yeah, but basically think about how much money that you want to make, and then you have to look at how much your product is going to cost. So let's say your wig costs like $200 or so, then you say you want to make $100 a wig. So you just basically add in how much money you want to make, and then I would add in like another $30 on top of that, because sometimes you might have a sale or something like that, and if you have a sale, then you don't want to be making less money. So like if you're doing like $30 off or something, you're still going to be making the $100 that you want to make for every wig. Another thing is you have to price smart. So when you price like how much money you have to make, you also have to be realistic. So like you can go to another influencer's page, or well, not influencer, but another like person that sells the same stuff as you, and like take notes to like what their prices are, and that can also help you a lot with like figuring out how to price your stuff, because you don't want it to be too high, especially like if you're just starting out. Like when I first started out, my wigs were, I think I had wigs that were like in the 200s, like low 200s to like low 300s were my prices, and like now my wigs cost maybe high 300s. If it's like, I don't think any of my wigs are 300. I think most of them are like low 400s to like mid $500 now. And as you grow, like as you build customers, as people like know they can trust you, you can like, you know, you can charge more. And as you like know more too, like when I first started out, I didn't really know. I knew what I was doing, but like the quality of my wigs weren't the same. So like if you're selling better quality, you can charge more because the hair is gonna cost more. And like the prices of my hair that I sell now cost more than the prices of the hair when I started. So of course, like, you know, I'm gonna charge more so I can be making the same amount of money that I want to make. Also, like, you have to think about it. So I know like at the beginning of the video I said like I made $10,000 in a year. So you have to think about it, like wigs cost more money. So if I'm selling each wig for like $400, and then I only have to sell like 3 wigs to make $1,000. So you have to think about that. Talking about sales, by the way, it's the difference between making $1,000 in sales and making $1,000 in profit. So like if your wigs are like $400 and you sell 3, you made like $1,200 in sales. But if you're making $200, you only really made $600 in profit. So you have to think about that. And just like ask yourself like how much money do you want to make. I personally, I don't want to tell you like how much I make, but just try to make sure like you make enough where you can still keep growing your business. You can still have a little bit of money for yourself and stuff like that. Last thing is like you need to make sure that your page looks believable. So not believable, but like it doesn't look like a scammer's page, because there are a lot of scammers in the hair business right now, because you can make like so much money. Like the average wig costs, well, the average like human hair lace front wig costs like $400 to $500. So it's a lot of scammers, because like that's the easy way to make money if, you know, if people believe that your page is real. So a way that you can avoid like looking like a scammer is showing your face on the page if you can, interacting with your followers every day. So like posting stuff on your story, even if it's just like an old picture, like just try to post something. If somebody like comments on your picture, respond, like say thank you. Make a YouTube channel so people can see your face. Make a TikTok, like make reels, like just show your face so people know like it's you, like you're taking accountability for this page, like you're not a scammer, stuff like that. Because I feel like that's something really hard. Like when you first start off, a lot of people might think you're a scammer, or like because like you don't have a lot of followers, and like most of the scammer pages, like the fake pages that try to take people's money, they don't really have that many followers. So you just want your page to look real. Try to use like a consistent background for every picture. So like every wig picture that I post has this background, because this is like my, I don't know, it's just my background. Like people know like I have flowers behind, this is my work. So you want to have something that like people can know, like, you know, like this person is real, like this is not somebody trying to take my money. And you also want to have a website. So I see like a lot of people, like they'll start off with a business and then they'll be like Cash App only or like Zelle only. Like you can't expect like a stranger to Cash App you money, like a complete stranger to Cash App you like $200 to $300 for a wig. You can't. Like, at least if you have like a Shopify account or whatever, and then you have a website up, people know like, okay, like this person took their time to build a website. Like, they took their time to do all of this. They're taking their time to post pictures. They're taking their time to build a social media following. Like that, you know, it makes you look more what's the word, like authentic, I guess. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope the stuff that like I told y'all was actually helpful. This is just basically stuff that like I use myself, stuff that helped me to get sales, stuff that I wish people would have told me, so that's what I'm telling y'all. But yeah, follow my business page, Wig Royalty, on Instagram. If you guys want to shop wigs, my website will be down below in the description. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, because I can make more videos like this. Most of my videos are going to be like wig content because that's what I do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.